you for tuning into the Boxing Voice. It's your boy Jeremy Flanagan. Hey you guys, there has been no fighter that has shook up the boxing world in 2016 like Joe Smith Jr. did. After running through from far and destroying Benard Hopkins, will we be able to see the champ get an opportunity to unify the titles against Adonis Superman Stevens? It's only one way to find out. Tune in right now and see what the champ had to say.
I am here with the champ, the legend destroyer, Mr. Joe Smith Jr.
Joe, how are you doing, my friend? Thank you for giving us the opportunity, first and foremost, to interview you. I know you're a busy man, and we truly appreciate you coming on the show and, talking with us and just allowing our listeners to hear all about Joe Smith Jr.
At 9 p.m.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to be on the show.
Thank you. So, Joe, right off the bat, just tell me, how has life changed post 2016? You had a great year, 3 straight knockouts, and 2 of those guys high level names in this industry. How has things changed?
It's been pretty good. Everywhere I go, people are recognizing my face now, and people are starting to realize who I am. And it's pretty cool. It's been cool.
Hey, Joe, it's Matt, the editor of TBV. Now, you got to tell all the fans, all the listeners right here, what is happening with Adonis Stevenson. That's the fight the fans want to see. It looks like, is that fight close to happening? Does it seem like the negotiations are going well? What is your perspective on how things are going behind the scenes of this fight happening?
I know, I'm pretty sure my promoter is trying to make it happen. He's been talking to Stevenson's promoter, and we're hoping to get it going for April.
Joe Smith, casual fan right here. I want to have fun with you, man. So do you work tomorrow, like regular job, or no? Construction?
Actually, yeah, I'm still working. I'm working at Stony Brook Hospital right now.
Oh, okay. Because I showed a friend of mine. I was like, yeah, this guy, Joe Smith, he beat Benard Hopkins. And it was a female friend. And it was you with the belt on a construction site with like the local members. So she was like, oh, damn, who's that? He's with the Goombas. But yeah, so I wanted to ask that. But replaying back, you beat Benard Hopkins. He fell out the ring by a punch you threw. And he says, yo, he shoved me, he pushed me. After watching the replay, and of course, giving him the respect because who he is during the fight, after the fight, and the heads and everything, punches. When you went home and replayed it and watched it, how did you feel afterwards? Like, what was your conclusion of him falling out the ring? It was because of what?
Yeah, well, I knew from the beginning that. I hit him with a straight right hand, and he was. I'm pretty sure he was asleep. At that point, and then I hit him with 4 shots after that. He claimed that he hurt his legs or something on the way down. It's possible, but as you can see in the video, I believe he was still out, unconscious when he was laying on the floor there for a good, 7 seconds.
Right. And then your whole, when you went back to work, did you go back to work immediately after that fight? I just use work because I know, like, when you go to a party, like the average person, when they go on a party on Saturday and then they reconvene at work, they're like, yeah, I had so much fun at the party. So you actually had a fight in front of millions of fans. So when you went back to work or you went back home, what was the vibes?
So when I got back home, I took a couple of weeks to myself and just hung out, relaxed. I enjoyed California a little bit. Went to Vegas. It was fun. And then I got back to work, and I've been working up still to this point, and probably within the next 2 weeks or so, I'll probably take off and just focus on my training.
Joe, about that, I know it's difficult to get in a union. Then when you're in there, you're kind of set. But at this point, I mean, you've knocked out a legend. You know, he's probably going to retire after your fight. It will be, you know, your name that goes down as the man that retired him. You took out a very able contender in Andres Fonfora, who has now, you know, had a resurgence of a career just by a trainer change, right? So it's like you're beating high level guys. I mean, do you still need to be at the job? Shouldn't you just be full-time fighter now, taking it?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a lot of time in between the fights, you know, and I try to keep myself busy. And it's a good mental toughness to get up and go to work. Keeps you mentally tough. But once I make enough money, though, I will, retire from that and just focus on my training. I really haven't made enough money up to this point yet to really just take off of work.
Hey, Joe, very quickly, you're with the WBC and they have the VADA clean testing program. What has your experience been like with that testing program? How often do you get tested for a fight? How far out from a fight do you start getting tested? Because, so far for fans, the VADA clean testing program is something new, something that they don't really know a lot about. So what has your experience been like?
Something we love, though, because, they keep popping the guys that are cheating.
Mm-hmm. It really, it's all randomly tested. I mean, for this fight, I was tested at the first press conference. Like, I had to take a urine test. It was, random. Like, so it was just so I got tested then, and then I got tested, before the fight and after.
And when you say the press conference, do you mean the press conference that's the same week of the fight?
Announcement,
No,
the announcement.
It was about a month before.
Okay, thank you.
Announcement to the fight.
So Joe, I heard you say that you haven't made that type of money to let go of the job, and that's totally understandable. But there's rumors of a fight between you and Adonis Stevenson, and you bringing it to Nassau Coliseum. If money is the motive, wouldn't it be better to go to Montreal and capitalize on Stevenson's 20,000 that he kind of fills over there in Quebec, and become an international star? I mean, you beat him in Canada. It's international stardom.
Yeah, I mean, no, I would definitely prefer to fight here in New York against him. And if we fought at the Coliseum, I'd sell out the place. I have a lot of fans here that are dying to come to my fight, but all my fights been out of state and stuff, so a lot of my fans don't get to come and actually come to the fight.
Joe, what are some technical flaws of your own that you see as something you need to improve on? Because you're a young boxer, you're more new in your career than more seasoned guys. What do you think that you need to work on most as a boxer?
I guess I could work on my movement a little better, just getting a little looser. But for the most part, I fight different every fight. It depends on who I'm in there with, and I just work on what I need to do to beat that person. So,
hey Joe, so right now you don't have anything announced. Are you looking forward to, and will you be in the area live for the Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman fight? Being as though you're from New York, that fight's taking place in the Barclay, big fight. Are you going to be in attendance, watching it from home? What's going on?
Yeah, no, I'm going to try to make it to that fight. I definitely want to see that, and I also want to get to the Danny Jacobs and Triple G fight. That's going to be another great one to watch.
I actually want your opinion on that one. I'm pretty sure Jacobs personally, being from New York. You probably shared the ring with him in sparring, maybe. I don't know. You can let us know. But what would give us your breakdown of that fight with Triple G, because a lot of people look at Jacobs, they see he got knocked out with Prague, he went down with Mora, and right away they're dismissive of him. But do you know anything that we don't know, being as though you're from the New York area?
I don't know. I mean, I've always been a fan of Danny. You know, he's a great boxer, and I feel he's got a lot of skill. And as long as he can avoid, getting caught with something crazy, I think he'll probably come out on top.
Joe, what was your perception of Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev? Did you view that one guy was dominant in his win, or that it was a very close, contentious fight?
Yeah, I think they should have made that fight a draw at least. I don't think Ward did enough to take the belt from Kovalev. I mean, he was the champion, and I think the fight was close enough where it could have went either way, I guess.
Joe Smith, I have a question. Adonis Stevenson has 28 fights. You have 23 fights. A lot of people, I mean, hardcores, tell the casual fan, like, yeah, this guy's not ready. He only has this many fights. Is there a big difference in like a 5-fight professional fight win, or 5-fight record rather?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just, if the time's right, the time's right. I mean, the experience. But by the time you turn pro and stuff, you want to be able to. I don't know. You want to work your way up to the top, but I believe I proved that I belong, in there with the top guys after my last 2 fights.
Right.
So, Joe, you a married man, Joe?
No, not yet.
Oh, man. So you're a hot commodity for sure. You all on TV, flashing the muscles, new belt. You got to be, that DM is popping right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm in a relationship, so, I'm actually home with my girl right now, just hanging out.
Oh shit, bro code. Don't worry about it. No more questions about that. But listen, I the only reason I bring it up is because you're not checking your DMs. Okay, I've sent you a couple of DM messages on Instagram trying to invite you to this really big party. Remember, I told you today, February 9th, 2017, that this will be the pre-fight party to all the big fights coming up. Deontay Wilder's gonna be there. Peter Quillen. I mean, everybody. People Earl Newman Jr. is going to be there. Keith Tapia. I mean, everybody. Hank Lundy. You should come through. Check your DMs, brother. We want to thank you, obviously, for being on the show. I want you to give out that social media, give out that Instagram so that other people could get DMs to you that you're not going to answer, but don't worry about it. We like you anyway. Joe, what's your social media, buddy?
My social media?
I mean, if you want the people to follow you, like on IG or something, yeah. I mean, the listeners.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Joe Smith Jr.'s Joe Smith 631.
All right, Joe. Well, thank you again, Monsterpiece. Thank you again, Joe. I've even contacted your trainer, Jerry. I'm trying to get you guys both there, man. Hit those DMs or talk to Monsterpiece on the back end here. Co-producer, make that happen. Thank you so much for coming on the show.